everybody, welcome to online class. In today's class, we'll discuss regarding the techniques and methods of the innovations. Okay, so what are the techniques? The first technique is universities and research labs. See, for innovation, that is constant and pervasive innovation is the key to long-term success in the endless competition of the customers. So to survive and grow amidst severe competition, we must rapidly and repeatedly reinvent ourselves. So there are some of the techniques and the methods in order to develop the innovations. Then what are those techniques and the methods? We'll understand one by one. First one is universities and research lab. That is, research activities are conducted by universities and laboratories. An entrepreneur should keep constant contact with such agencies. See, it helps him in gathering useful information in connection with updating technology, new products, new services, new method of organizing business, or new method of marketing of goods or services. So we have to chase such research centers for improvements. Okay, next comes is initiative techniques. Initiative refers to freedom to propose a new plan and to implement it. Okay, so entrepreneur should give what? Sufficient freedom to his assistants to propose new ideas. Workers are in touch with the problems and developments. Therefore, they can contribute good ideas that can be converted into what? Useful goods, services and the improvements. Okay, next method or the technique is scamper. See, this technique is applied to design a brand new product or to improve the existing goods and the services. So this method uses a checklist as to product or service specifications. The scamper is a catchword framed by taking first letter from the activities. So what are those activities? We'll understand one by one. For the letter S, it is substitute the inventory, people, package, which can be replaced to enhance what? The quality of goods or services or reduces the what? Costs. For C, C stands for combination. See, it is a mixing the traditional materials with other materials or the parts so as to what? To improve the quality or reduce the costs of production. Next comes is A. A stands for adopt. Adopt means to alter or change. So it is trying to change the function or use of another element. Okay. Then next is M, that is modifying. To modify means to change the shape, style or appearance of goods or services, or it may be to modernize or to reduce the costs. Okay, next comes is P. P stands for put to another use. See, it may be finding out additional uses of goods and the services, including you can take the example of a comb in the pen is an additional use. So it is concerned with what? Efficient and optimum use of resources. Next comes is E. E stands for eliminate. It is removing unwanted, unnecessary parts or operations in the goods and services so as to improve the goods. Okay. Next comes is R, that is reverse. Reverse means to against activities to original method. That is against to the original method. Product characteristics are charged for charged. That is, for example, you can take inside out, outside in, upside down and downside up. So activities will be conducted against the original method. Okay, that is known as reverse. Okay, the next method is 4 P's approach. See, in this technique, 4 P's are looked from different angles to study and analyze a problem. So what are those P's? We'll understand one by one. The first P is product. See, product will verify the defects in existing products or the service. Okay, in this stage, entrepreneur will verify the defects that are existing in the product or the services. It is undertaken to verify the possibilities of improving the features and the quality of the goods and the services. Next P stands for planning. See, planning is what? Thinking before doing. So it is thinking process. Whether the planning in the business is good or bad is understood with the planning approach. So thinking about planning process enables us to think creatively about production, marketing, financial activities of business, and it evaluates the plans. Next P stands for potential. Here potential means prospective goods and the services are studied. Okay, whether the future of goods and services is good or not is understood. In this approach, targets to be set and how these targets are to be reached are analyzed. Okay, next P stands for, that is the fourth P stands for people. First P is product, planning, potential, and the people. So the last P is people. People constitute what? The market or the customers. Evaluation of customers is undertaken in this method. So it is a technique of understanding people's mind. Okay, take an example of why people purchase a particular product, why people prefer a specific thing. It will throw a clear light on why some products become so popular. So we can develop those features in our goods and services. This will help us to what? Screen the features of goods that are accepted by the people. Okay, next technique or the method is morphological analysis. Morphological analysis is a study of a form and a structure of goods and service or any object. It is a study of either a structure of goods or service or of any other object. Okay, so it is called as what? Attribute listing. Here attribute means what? Features. So it is also known as what? Matrix analysis. In this method, we will analyze each and every features of a product or service. Okay, workforce is inspired to think and plan as to how each features can be improved, modified, or mixed to supply a improved quality goods and services. Okay, next method is reframing matrix technique. See, it is a method of looking problem from different angle and approach. That is, present problems are viewed differently so as to develop a wonderful goods and services. So this techniques help us to put oneself in the minds of different people and think creative ideas from that angle. So therefore, a product may be used by various sections of the people, like men, women, then rural, urban, rich, middle class and poor, then young, old or children, then housewife, working woman, joint family, then educated and illiterates. Okay, such kind of various or the different sections of the people will be targeted. Okay, so reforming or reframing matrix helps the business to think in a new way as to improve the quality or develop a brand new product or service which is appreciated by people at large. So this technique broadens the minds to explore the possibilities of a new and improved product. Okay, next method is mind mapping. See, mind mapping is a technique of logical thinking. So it is a graphical representation which encourages thinking in a different way. This method uses to write a problem or picture. So each idea that comes to the minds is written on the picture. This act is carried on for 20 to 30 minutes. Once the idea is executed, writing is stopped without giving too much stress to the mind. New ideas that are so far plotted on the picture are connected with one another based on their relativity or connectivity. So unrelated ideas or useless ideas are removed. Connecting these ideas develop new ideas with new light. So it is similar to brainstorming session, except that this carried out by one person and it is demonstrated through a picture. Okay. The last method is provocation. See, it is a technique of collecting new and breaking ideas from respondents. Here, people's mind is provoked by making challenges. People's mind is elevated by making productive statements, and alert and elevated minds can come up with wonderful ideas. So the challenging statements arouses interest of people, hence they will give new ideas. Okay, like charging a mobile is a problem. Now challenging statement may be like, is it possible to manufacture a mobile handset which charges automatically with the help of the solar energy? Okay, and this statement is verified in various ways, like the consequences of the statement, possibility of manufacturing such mobile handset, then the technology required to support it, then feasibility of the product in terms of cost, durability, reliability, and what are the benefits out of its production. Okay, so such kind of questions will be asked to the mind so that to come up with the solution for the problem. Okay, these are what some of the techniques and the methods for developing the innovation. Okay, the next comes is innovative organizations in 2020. In the year 2020, which are the innovative organizations? Okay, that we'll understand one by one. The first one is Meesho. See, in 2020 the business has become, most of the business has become online, so most of the online businesses are in a top list. So we'll understand today the 10 top most innovative organizations in the year 2020. The first one is Meesho. That is, first on the list is what? Meesho, a Bengaluru based social commerce platform, has more than 2 million users as its shopkeepers. Meesho lets users build curated online stores by selecting what? Merchandise from more than 20k small and medium suppliers. 20k is nothing but 20,000. Okay, so if we talk about the product offering of Meesho, then we have options like jewelry, home and kitchen. Users market these goods to their personal networks through Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp. So Meesho in return takes a commission between 10 to 20%. Homemakers in India who use the app have achieved financial freedom without leaving the house physically. So isn't it an innovative approach that comes with a social cause? Yes or no? Yes. Then the next innovative organization is Milk Mantra. See, Milk Mantra is an Indian agricultural dairy product startup. So it was established in the year 2009 by the former director at Tetley and was first operational in the 2012. So the startup produces, the distributes milk and other milk based products like buttermilk, cottage cheese, curd and yogurt. So in a country like India, when almost everything has fair chances of adulteration, there is some startup that comes from the backbone of the economy, that is agriculture, and promises to deliver top quality milk based products. So Milk Mantra definitely deserved to be one of the most innovative companies in India, that too in the year 2020. Okay, next comes is Cipla. See, we need to thank Cipla for being able to cure deadly diseases like AIDS. So every deadly diseases comes with an innovative approach to tackle. With Cipla's new drug, that is Quadrimun, which also comes in strawberry flavor, it has helped to save innumerable lives across the globe. Okay. The next comes is Udaan. Udaan, while all the companies were struggling to grab a place in the B2C, that is business to customer universe, Udaan tried something different and now the team is flying a smooth ride. India's first B2B, that is business to business marketplace for 2 million retailers in 900 cities. Udaan is not only on the list of most innovative companies in India, but it's also one of the favorite startups India ever had. So its mobile app connects what? 1,50,000 traders and retailers in the country, enabling SMEs to do business directly with manufacturers. Okay, next comes is Ambi. There is a spelling mistake. It's AMBEE, Ambi. Something different, innovative and worth to try. That is, while NCR suffers some serious drop in its air quality, There is a startup that measures its quality, that is AMBI. AMBI in an air quality data network whose sensors measure air quality in terms of dust, then particulate matter, volatile organic compounds, and every other checkpoint that is measurable in terms of finding a fine air quality. Okay, next comes is Locus. Indian startups are not innovative only in terms of offering products to end customers. Locus is one startup that takes care of all A to Z of supply chains through its constantly improving approaches. That is, the company automates tasks that previously required significant human labor, like tracking inventory, transporting goods from one place to another, and many more. So, with Locus making such complex tasks simple for humans, it deserves to be on the list of most innovative companies in India. Then next comes is Niki.ai, that is India's first voice and vernacular enabled the e-commerce platform, which is headquartered in the Bangalore. It was founded in 2015 by IIT Kharagpur graduates. Okay, so its product is AI powered chatbot which works like an intelligent personal assistant named Nikki. Users can interact with Nikki in their natural language and it will come up with the best of the best suggestions. So it's definitely not easy to come up with something that understands the running language of users and reply accordingly, which is why Nikki.ai is on the list of most innovative companies in India. Okay, next comes is Urban Company. See how difficult it was to get in touch with laborers, home cleaners, beauticians some time ago. That right? So, but with Urban Company today we have a plethora of freelance labor and home services right outside our door. With just a call away, we can book appointments for body massage, entire house cleaning, AC repairs, services, and much more. So, the company not only made our job easy but also provided employment to many based on their skill set. Why shouldn't Urban Company not be on the list of most innovative companies in India when they come with a win-win situation, right? The next comes is CureFit. India is one of the leading gym chains that not only have gyms with sophisticated machines, but the company is also focused on diet plans along with mental health tools. So CureFit just raised the bar of gym business in India. While all other gym chains were offering just machines and a place to work out, CureFit went a step ahead and is not a one-stop solution for all the fitness enthusiasts. Okay, the last one is B9 beverages. That is, last but not the least, we have all tested Bira 91, which comes out from the house of B9 beverages. Recently, amid losses, the company raised a good amount of funding and is said to come up with more tastes in its beers. From its cute little monkey to its tasty beers, B9 seems to be unstoppable in terms of innovations. So at the end, these were the top 10 companies coming from our motherland that are disrupting in their niches, that is in their richness. Okay, disruption not only in terms of product or services offering, innovation is not only in terms of product or service offering, idea generation, but innovation in terms of creative approaches. So the whole chapter is concluded as creativity and the innovation is everywhere with everyone. So the whole life of entrepreneurs are a legacy of creativity and innovative thinking. They are the people who connect the unconnected. Okay, so entrepreneurs should be innovative so that they can connect the unconnected. Okay. And the unsatisfied need of the customers leads to what? Search for alternatives. So there are number of theories supporting for motivation. The process of creative thinking is also creative. So there are different types of innovation. Today, more number of organization is enlisted as innovative. So there is tough competition among leading corporates to enlist the innovative organization of the world. So this is regarding what? The unit 4. With this, we are done with the unit 4. Okay. Thank you.